How we're going to do this. The 49ers play the Steelers. This is Tybo's game of the week. It's at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh are 2.5-point dogs in this game. I am picking the 49ers to cover the spread.
I am picking the Steelers.
So that means he's correct if the Steelers lose but less than 2 points.
Less than 2.5. So if they lose by 2 or 1 or 2 points, then Sean has covered. The 49ers, if they win by 3 points or more, cover. Obviously, if the Steelers win the game, then they have covered the spread.
Yeah.
Oh my land!
All right, I'm gonna take the Steelers.
All right, Tybo's taking the Steelers. I like this more. Pittsburgh. We're gonna have a little bit different picks here, just based upon the spread.
I don't like it.
Continuing with our noon games here, we've got the Bucks who are going to Minnesota to take on
Minnesota
to take on Kurt Cobain's and the Vikings. Kurt Chains, I should say. The Vikings at home are 6-point favorites. I am going to go with the Vikings at home for game one. I think Baker's going to have a little bit better season. I think he's going to have a good season this year. But the Bucs defense is still kind of washed up, and their offensive line is looking a little hurt now.
I'm going to hammer that as well. Give me the Vikings.
Now, Tybo, the spread is 6 to the Vikings. So the Vikings must win by more than 6 points, or the Bucs must lose by less than 6 points.
I'm taking the Vikings.
Seems like he understands how spread works finally. Next up at noon, we've got the Tennessee Titans headed into New Orleans to take on the Saints, who are 3-point favorites. Ooh, this is a tough one. Derrick Henry is usually pretty good in the throughout the whole season, really. You know what? Give me the Titans to cover.
You said that. Wait, who was the 3-point favorites?
Saints are 3-point favorites. This is from a sports book that shall not be named.
No free ads.
I'm Chris Jones out here. Holding out. Hope. Sometime today, Tybo.
Sorry, what? Hey. You two already picked?
Yes. Titans, Saints, New Orleans. New Orleans is 3-point favorites.
Then I'm going to take the Titans.
Next up at noon, we've got the Houston Texans who head into Baltimore and take on the Ravens. The Ravens at home are 10-point favorites.
Oh, that's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take it. The Texans are a little too young for game one to be able to cover that.
Give me the Texans to cover that. I like that. That's a lot of points, man. They play football too.
It's nervy, man. That's a tough one.
What's the spread?
10. Ravens by 10.
Shit. Yeah. I'm still gonna take I'll go with the Ravens.
Ravens. That's also a fine. Clearing your throat in the mic.
How many times did you do that?
You don't call it.
Last fucking. All right. I'm recording at least 2 then for you.
You got to call it in the moment. Come on now.
Yeah.
Next up at noon, we've got the Jacksonville Jaguars who head into Indianapolis to take on the Colts, who are 5-point dogs at home. With Jonathan Taylor out, give me the Jags. It's not even going to be close.
Jagging off all day, man.
Colts.
Any insight as to why? Just feeling it?
Just feeling it. And just because, fuck you guys.
Well, on to our next game of the week. We've got the Bengals who head into Cleveland to take on the Browns, who are 2.5-point dogs at home. They're expecting a close game. I'm still going to go with the Bengals to win this one.
Yeah, it's going to come down to a last-second field goal as the game's tied. So give me the Bengals.
Can't really go in the opposite direction here. I'm going Bears.
Next up at noon, we've got the Cardinals who head to Washington and take on the Commies. At home, the Commies are 7-point favorites. I think they blow them out by 40. Give me the Commies.
Hammered hard, man. Commies all day.
Yeah, sure. Commies.
I think the Cardinals may end up with a completely defeated record this year.
I think it's hilarious that they're not trying to give away who's playing quarterback for them to give them a competitive advantage.
Two more games. Last game here at noon, we've got the Panthers who head into Atlanta and take on the Falcons. Falcons at home, 3.5-point favorites. This is a tough one where I wish I wasn't picking first. I don't know how to play this one. I did say that Bryce Young was going to fail horrifically this season. So give me the Falcons at 3.5.
You know, it's week one. Bryce Young really hasn't been hit too much yet. I have faith in him right now. So give me the Panthers.
This is probably the toughest one to call so far. Who's the dog here? The Panthers are the dogs by
Panthers 3.5.
I'm gonna go ahead and take Falcons. We're gonna do Falcons.
Dude is struggling with the spread over here. Getting into our 325 games on Sunday, we've got the Dolphins who take on the Chargers. Chargers at home are 3-point favorites. It's an early point of the season when both teams are healthy, and it's usually not that way by the end of the season. So I'm going to take the Chargers here.
Give me the Dolphins.
Dolphins have Jalen Ramsey, correct?
He is out.
But yeah, he's not playing right now.
Yep. Okay.
I missed the spread information. I'm sorry. I'm looking
Chargers are favored by 3 at home.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and give me the Chargers.
Next up, 325. We've got the Eagles who head to New England and take on the Patriots. Patriots at home are 4-point dogs. Eagles are going to walk them like it.
Eagles.
Patriots to cover.
You just have like a little inkling feeling. Isn't Juju's knee about to explode?
At any moment.
They got Keyshawn Boot.
Next up, we've got the Las Vegas Raiders who will head to Denver and take on the Broncos. At home, Broncos, 4-point favorites. Give me the Raiders to cover.
Oh. I'm not going that way. Give me the Broncos. Let's ride.
I'm going to take the Raiders to cover.
It's going to be a low-scoring affair, gentlemen. Now, this next one is going to be tough because it is 2 bad teams and an even worse spread here. We've got the Packers going to division rival Chicago Bears. Bears at home are 1-point favorites. So basically, you pick a winner of this game, Tybo, and that you're basically taking money line here. I'm going to take the Bears.
The Bears.
I don't like that this is the same pick as both of you, but I already had it in my head before y'all said shit. I will take the Bears.
Last game of the 3:25 hour on Sunday, we've got the Los Angeles Rams. They'll head up to Seattle and take on their rivals, the Seahawks, who at home are 5.5-point favorites. Cooper Kupp is out this game. Or he's been listed as day to day, but he's been spending the entire week.
Did I start Van Jefferson?
Would be smart. If you've got Puka, that would also not be a bad start. He'll be wide receiver number 2. But go ahead and give me the Seahawks because that defense is nasty.
Seahawks, it is.
I'm going to take the Rams to cover.
Interesting choice. We'll jump to our Sunday night football game, another division rivalry. We've got the Cowboys who head into New York and take on the Giants. Interesting here because I believe the Jets also play at home. That is on Monday, and MetLife Stadium is doing something a little different this year. They are not putting the shield on the field. They will put the logo on the field of
Aaron
the team
Rodgers'
who is
face?
playing. It should be. So the Giants who play on Sunday night will have their logo there, and then the grounds crew has to go out and have it changed for 24 hours later when the Jets step on the field for a home game. So Cowboys versus Giants in MetLife. Giants at home are 3-point dogs. Give me the Giants to cover.
I want to go the Giants too, but I'm not following you anymore. Give me the boys.
Breaks it up for me to go ahead and take the Giants.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it, fam.
We'll finish off the week with Bills versus Jets. Again in MetLife Stadium. Jets at home against the Bills are 2.5. I got that last one wrong. I apologize. Cowboys and the Giants. Giants are 3-point dogs.
That's what you said.
Is that what I said? Okay. I thought I said favorites. My bad. So Bills versus Jets, also in MetLife. Jets are 2.5-point dogs at home. I'm hammering the Bills.
I don't like going second after you, man. It was so much more fun going after Tybo. Give me the Bills as well.
Then I'm going to take the Jets.
Jets, Jets. Interesting. Those are honestly, I think we've got a good slate of games across week 1.
Gonna be a fun first week, fellas.
Football's back.
Even the stinkers are looking good, man. You got the Packers and the Bears who both suck. It's going to end up being a good game, I think. So a lot of running going on there, but we've got some good games across every hour that's going to keep us engaged.
Do you think we're going to have as crazy of a witching hour to start the year off as we did last year?
I think so. I mean, if you look at all of this here, man, the spreads, there's only one game that's in double digits. Your next closest is 7. Your next closest is 5.5 or 6, and then 5.5. Like all of these spreads here are super low. And I know that's pretty typical of the NFL is to have low spreads, but even more so for week 1, when we've got this type of slate going, I think they've done a perfect job of being able to match up competition versus equal competition and have those low spreads to create. I think we're going to have another witching hour. Like I think this weekend is going to be electric. I'm going to be in my seat.
Coaches have been sitting on some plays all offseason. They better be ready to break out some dope shit week 1.
Except for Dak Prescott. He's going to suck it up as usual. 4 picks in the first game. I'm calling it.
4? They bench him right away?
They won't. They should.
He thinks Cooper Rush is coming in week 2.
Well, listen, check us back out on Tuesday after the week Wednesday after the week has been all but finished and we get some more information going into week 2. Hopefully a healthy Travis Kelce, maybe some news on these contract situations that are going on. We will be back here and excited for what we've seen in week 1. We'll catch you next time. As always, go Chiefs.
Go Chiefs.
Go Chiefs.